Okay guys, we're back with Habit Talk. And we have a special guest, Stacy, here today. And we're going to talk about the importance of that perfect blend. So we do a lot of habit extension method clients, as everyone knows. But not only is it so important to make sure you're putting the extension in correctly and blending the colors correctly, but also coloring it and blending the colors correctly. So we have Stacy is the toning expert, and so we're going to talk to you today about first, when we put extensions in, we tone the root of the extension before we do anything. Knowing what colors to use on the extensions is really important. A lot of people ask, like, how do you know what color to use? Like, how do you know if her natural color is kind of like Paige? We're going to show you her natural color is like a level 7, but usually, like, do you go down or to a little bit lighter, or does the extensions pool darker? Do you think the extensions pool is like a little darker?
I think they normally do pull a bit darker.
And so usually we go, if they're a 7, we usually do like an 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then also, we want the extension to be, the root to be really blended and also not super gold and not super neutral, right?
Right.
So what is your usual formula, like go-to formula? Like if you were to use, if their natural is level 7 and they want to be, I don't want it to be like so dark at the root, but I want it to be where the wind blows, like, and it separates. Like I want it to be to where it looks natural and blends super good. So if they're blonde, what would be like your toner, like your go-to toner to do on like a level 7?
On a level 7, I think for the extensions, doing like a 7N, 7GB, it's more of a neutral color. You're not getting like the super orange warm tones, but it's not going to turn green like some will. And on your real hair, using 8N is really great, and letting that sit, it'll darken up because you don't want to have a super dark root, especially if you're highlighting your hair and you want it to be overall brighter. And the Redken shades are really good for that too, because it's not a super harsh color.
It blends way better.
Yeah, it totally does.
I feel like too, like we use a lot of Goldwell and Redken. It just kind of depends on if you want. I feel like Goldwell too, like when you root it with that, it's a definite, if you want it to be a lot more richer and a lot more noticeable, don't you think?
Yeah, for sure.
Like I feel like Goldwell Colorance makes the root a lot darker, and Redken is like a little more translucent.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think for darker hair, that Goldwell is really great. It covers and it's more of a rich color, but if you're a lot lighter, I think Redken works really great.
I think for sure. And a lot of people too ask what we tone everything with to get that perfect blend. A lot of times it's hard to like share formulas because you don't know exactly what toner they're gonna need, right?
Yeah.
Like it all just depends on what their hair lifts to, and then you tone it from there. So it could be a totally different formula, even though they want the picture and they want exactly the color of the picture. I feel like still you have to like see how it is in the bowl, right?
Yeah. I think lots of the time people will want formulas and toners, and every hair is going to be different. You could get like the same exact look and be using totally different toners depending on how it lifts.
For sure. Anything else about toners and that perfect blend that you want to add?
For extensions, like what do you use, like Goldwell or Redken? What do you think is better?
I feel like usually, depends. Usually the root color, the smudging, I feel like we usually use Redken a lot because it's softer, but I feel like the mids and the ends, it's kind of a mixture. Like we like certain colors in certain brands, and I feel like the 10s we like in Goldwell, but I feel like we'll go over those with you too, our favorites, I feel. We'll save that for another video.
Putting it on the extension first. Sometimes we put it on the extension first.
Yeah, so we always put on the extension first before we start weaving it, and then it's not harder to get through. I feel like that is all for that perfect blend today. And thanks so much for joining the Habit Talk. See you next time.